Hello everyone, welcome back to my Cricket 22 career mode. My god, it's been a while. Apologies for lack of videos over the past couple of weeks. I was sick, and I had some work. Then I just didn't really want to do anything. But I'm back. We're blue today in our overlay because for whatever reason I couldn't change the colour. I think I need a new battery to change the colours on the lights behind me. But it is the Stars and the Heat. We are the Stars who are green against the team that is blue. So hopefully that's not too confusing. It is the Big Bash Finals and that is what we're doing today. Now remember, we finished first in the Big Bash, so a loss here would mean not the end of our season, but a win would mean straight through to the Big Bash Final. I think we've lost like 2 of our last 3 games as well after going pretty much undefeated through the entire Big Bash. We're going to bowl first because chasing is easier than batting first. That is literally the only thing I can say that makes sense. Has been a good start with the ball as well. They are 2 for 79 the Heat, so the run rate below 8 per over. So they pick up a couple here to start off that over. Oh, the reverse sweep he's pulled out there. That's not a bad shot actually because my field's not quite set for that. That is a nice boundary. Now I do have that protection on the leg side, so I do need to bowl it a bit straighter. Although that reverse sweep obviously you can probably do if I do bowl it straight anyway. There's another boundary. 10 already from the 3 balls this over. Have to work out what I'm doing here. That's a better delivery. They're going to pick up a cheeky single. Still an expensive over so far. And the Brisbane Heat just getting themselves back into this game off the back of my poor opening over here. 15 runs is how much it's going to be worth. 2 for 94. The score ends up being 3 for 174. I didn't bowl again. But not a bad innings from the Heat. 175 the target. Can we start off? Oof, really well. That's not a good start. Oh, that is a lovely way to get yourself off the mark. It's a boundary. It's almost gone for 6 here at the MCG. Probably a little bit of a disappointing crowd in here, considering it is a Big Bash final for a side that hasn't lost too many games this season. You can see the upper deck quite empty, as it is. What is it? The 24th. It's still school holidays. That's another cracking shot. That'll be 4 more. You'll love to see it. Oh, shot from Maxwell. That'll be a boundary. With a score of 175, if you can get out of the blocks in the power play and get 40 or 50 runs, sort of that 10 and over, and you only need, what is it? I think around 9 is, I think, the grand total of what you're going to need. Then you get the surge later on in the innings. You're definitely going to set yourself up for the best possible result if you can pull off 10, 11 runs and over in these first few power play overs. That is an outside edge. It is raced to the fielder, well fielded, and it's just a single. And Maxwell again over the top. That's 4 more. Oh, that's cut away. That's perfection. That's 4 more. At least I hope it's 4. It's going to get there. Oh, I felt like I'd almost mistimed that because I thought I went a bit early, but it's 4 again. Just smashing it through the offside at the moment has been the go-to shot. Look at this one. Bang. 18 from 7 already. That's a very handy start from me. A full toss. And that is going to be hit down the race. All the way for 6. That'll end up in the MCG car park down there. Which can be a confusing place to go. And the ball might have been dinted given it's absolutely smashed into the concrete down in that area. 127 metres, that's 6. Steckety's second over has gone for 14 runs off just 3 balls. And now pulled away. Is it 6 again? Yes, it is. Back-to-back 6s. An extremely good over this. And we said getting 40 runs from the first 4 overs would be grand. And we've got 20 in a singular over here. I give myself just 1 ball of rest. Maxwell can do the strike here, but the Stars already none for 42, as we've got 1 ball left in the 3rd over. Oh, is that a wide? No, it's not. But final over of the power play, an opportunity for the Stars to keep piling on the runs. That's 1 more boundary to add to it. As we should get to 50 if we get a run of ball for the rest of this over. from that opening power play, and all of a sudden then you just need, what, 8 and over for the last 15 overs or something. Or maybe less.
Nice.
Watermouth bowling quite quick at the moment. 3 dots in 4 balls. It's been a good over from Watermouth. Where are the runs coming?
Yeah.
Oh, I've mishit it, I reckon. Oh, was in the air for an opportunity, but still just too far and wide. 50's up for the Melbourne Stars.
Yeah.
So spin comes on at the conclusion of the power play. None for 50 to Stars, as we said, in a grand position here, looking to qualify for the Big Bash final in record time. Just a further 125 needed. Oh, that's out. Did they not appeal? I've literally hit this ball straight through to the keeper, have I not? Oh, I've hit it into the ground. Well, that makes a bit more sense then.
Yes.
That's mishit. Could get 2 here, actually. Long boundary. Actually, the short boundary is straight, so probably not a chance. But 16 overs, 120 runs. It's not a massive task ahead.
Yep.
Well, that's half a chance, but another single.
Catch it. Yep.
That is in the air. Catch it's the call. Misses everyone and in the gap for 4. Beautiful batting. Required rate is down to 7.85.
Yep.
It has been a blistering start by the Melbourne Stars, going it above 10 and over here. Stoinis joined me at the crease not too long ago. What are we? 6 from 5 he's at. 102 from 77. This should be regulation from here. And given the side has been so dominant throughout the season, you'd imagine nothing less than, you know, an expertly cool, calm and collected finish would be the result of this match. There's 2 more. Oh, that is a lovely shot, and that will be 50 runs for me.
And that brings up a half century for this batsman.
Very happy with that. It's been a great result. 8 4s, 2 6s, and I'm very, very pleased with the efforts that I've put in today. 87 from 63 is all that is required for a Stars victory from here. That is whipped away to the leg side. There's a fielder out there. Just can't quite get to it on the full. Can be worth a 1.
Yep.
Oh, dangerous single. Stoinis gets home. That was my bad. I shouldn't have called yes.
Catch him.
Short, pulled in the air. Fielder there, but it does bounce short. So a bit of luck falls our way towards the end of the over. It's 1 for 91 from 10. We need another 85 runs to get this result. You can see the 50 there. So many shots to the offside. Power surge available. I think while we are in form, let's use it. Why would we not? Majib is going to be the one to bowl his first over of the surge.
Oh.
And that is a terrible
Nice
shot
bowling.
choice. I cannot understate how bad that decision from me was. Oh no! Nicked and gone! That is unfortunate. I thought this would have just gone straight down the ground over everyone. Unfortunately, though, it is a wicket. Good catch by Chris Lynn as well. 2 for 91. So you can bring in Seb Gotch, who's had a good big bash. They need 84 from 58, the Stars. They should get it. And I imagine with a healthy glut of runs in this surge, it would be pretty simple. So we're going to skip forward in time a little bit, find out what's going on. So Watermouth comes into the attack, but the Stars need just 6 runs from 12 balls. The Joe partnership of Burns and Clark has provided the goods here for the Melbourne Stars, as that has almost got through the gap. But they got 2 overs to get these 6 runs, so it is going to be very difficult if the Heat can win. But it looks like the Stars will be going on their way through to the final. But a couple of good deliveries to start here from Watermouth. Oh, 3 dots in a row here. Is this the shot? It's in the air. It's a long way and it just bounces short. Burns finds the boundary. They need 2 from 8, the Stars. And he goes leg side. That could be taken. It doesn't. It is a bounce. So it's just the 1. Scores level. Watermouth charging in. Everyone in on the field. It's an outside edge. It's going to race away to the boundary. The Stars are through to the Big Bash final.
And that marks the end of the match.
6 wickets we've done it by, and there's just one more step to victory as the Stars close in on this championship. What a time it's been in our career, though. Hazlitt gets player of the game. He made 66 from 36. 52 from 32, not bad from me. Jumped out of the blocks. Just wanted to point that out. Before for 178, got the job done. Stars with a 6-wicket win. And no real wickets in this match, just a 7 across the 2 innings. And that's Big Bash Cricket. On to the final. Who could it be? Could be against the Heat again. Stars versus question mark in 6 days. I like that. I like also that there's a sponsorship offer and that we're going to have to take it because there's no other options here. But I like that it says question mark. Now remember, we do also have absolutely nothing on the horizon. So our games at club cricket level are still a possibility. We are literally 98 overall at the moment as we are heading in here. We're the captain of Victoria, the Stars, and we believe Australia as well. Let's simulate forward to the final and find out who has made it. The IPL auction is coming up. Would we like to enter? Of course we would like to enter. We've never... I think we were in it maybe last time, but we weren't selected. Or maybe it was the 100 we weren't selected for. But before the Big Bash final, we've got the IPL auction. Are we going to get taken? That's the question. I was selected by luck now in the IPL. Get around it. That is huge. I will have to download all of the IPL teams as well before we get into that, because that is an exciting time in our career, man. That's coming up in March. There's also supposed to be a World Cup happening this year, a T20 World Cup, if the real world and the game world are going to coincide in terms of when those things occur. Luck now want me to be the captain. I will accept, because we haven't played in the IPL yet. The Big Bash is still question marks as to who we're going to face. But has the fixture got some results here? It does. So the Thunder then went on to defeat the Heat. Steve Smith just making the 2 runs, despite being the best player in the tournament up until this point. Baxter Holt's 90 from 53, meaning the Thunder are now all of a sudden a threat. And they play the Heat before playing us in the final in the next game. So they have made it, the Thunder. Let's have a look at how did that game play out. The Brisbane Heat just making 160. Baxter Holt again, important in the runs, 56 from 30, and 4 for 161, chasing it down with 2 overs to spare. The final now of the Big Bash. It is the Stars against the Thunder. Exciting times. Can we bring home the Big Bash? So it is the Stars and the Thunder, the Big Bash final. Myself, Usman Khawaja, looking at who is going to be selected here. Sydney Thunder have on the bat flip. Are they going to chase or are they going to set the target? Runs on the board is generally a pretty good result in finals, and Sydney Thunder have won the toss and they are going to bat first. Now this is a replay of one of the Big Bash finals. I believe there was the Stars and the Thunder played off in one of those. So I believe it was the Big Bash 5 final. Khawaja was the player of the game. He made 70 from 40 in that one. And he looks to start off in similar fashion here. And it was at the MCG too where these two played off in a Big Bash final. So can we, as part of the Melbourne Stars, get some kind of redemption? This is 2026. This would almost be 10 years later from that day. So an opportunity now. I'm coming on with the ball. It's 3 for 73. Yes! He's got a wicket straight away, and it's the big one of Alex Hales. Gee, that is a good start. It was a full toss, but it almost yorked him. 4 for 73. Hales gone for 38. The Thunder all of a sudden down to Daniel Sams and Alex Ross, 2 fresh batsmen in at the crease. And the Melbourne Stars, who have had one of the most dominant seasons in Big Bash history, get the final result done and pick up this Big Bash tournament, finishing with a home win. Oh, and that is lovely. So, just any opportunity to score. Oh, they're going to need to take it. That's a good over. A wicket and 4 runs from it. Zampa hasn't even bowled yet. Let's give him the ball. I don't even know if I'll get it again. I will. Oh, short. It was in the air for a moment. Almost return catch. Couple of dots to start the over again. Oh, stop him!
Bowling.
How is it? No. So got away twice then, Alex Ross. So this is going to be just the couple of runs, well fielded, as they look for a third here. Could have been a little bit better, to be honest. Pick up 3. Final ball of the over, which just has had the 4 runs come from it. That is in the air, should be out. Oh, it's over the top. I'd like to think that should have been taken as a catch. 8 from the over, 4 for 96. I'm disappointed. And they've taken the surge, and I don't know how well they've gone, but we're going to find out. As I come in with Marcus Stoinis to start off the innings for the Melbourne Stars. The target 164. So in that latter sort of 12 overs, they were able to have that worm go up a little bit and increase their runs. 164 on the board. It's a defendable target.
Good ball.
Can the Thunder defend 164, or will the Stars go on to win their first ever Big Bash? Over the top, that's 4. The MCG, the fans, surely they'll start to build a little bit of confidence as each run towards the target would get them a little bit more excited. 2 slips in as well. That's up in the air and over the top again. 4 more. All of a sudden that rate will go down very quick. That is gone very high and very far. 6. Edged through a single. 16 from the first over. And I'm going to keep the strike. Edged again. Couple of edges in a row. Couple of singles in a row. Stoinis will face his first ball of the innings. I expect Stoinis to just do a little bit more here, but we always know that he's generally a slow starter in his T20 innings. I think it takes what? If he faces more than 10 balls or something stupid, then he averages about 50. Whereas if he faces less than that, obviously he doesn't get that many runs. We're going to run this single here. It's because he's not really performing. Was elevated up the order. But we do need to get some runs here in order to actually get the target. So this is just along the ground. It's going to be 3 runs. Dangerous at the bowler's end. Might need a dive. We do when we get in. Great shot. Finally, Stoinis gives us a boundary. And again, back-to-backers for the man they call the Hulk, Marcus Stoinis. It's just the confidence this Stars team has had throughout this entire tournament, especially with the bat, to mix and match the batting order time and time again, has been extraordinary. It's a team pretty much made up entirely of guys that can bat and bowl. So there's no real specialist batsmen and no real specialist bowlers. There's maybe a couple specialist bowlers and a couple specialist batsmen, but just about every one of them can do everything. Thick edge. Just the one. Oh, just gets it fine. And it's actually going to go all the way to the boundary. That is a great shot. You feel really disappointed here. I thought it was a very good delivery. Over the top. Should be a boundary. And can't be stopped in the deep. 50 up off 4.3 overs. Oh, that's a great shot. It's almost going to be taken, but it's just the one. That's in the gap to the man in the deep. None for 56 after 5. Oh, that's in the air. That's probably going to be out. And it is. So I'm out for just 40 runs. Chris Green comes in, gets the wicket instantly. And the Stars will have to win this big bash without their captain. Faulkner. He's still around. So Glenn Maxwell, the new guy in. Need a further 108 runs from the 15 overs. That is an outside edge, and that is going to be going away for a couple of runs. So Faulkner comes into the attack. The Stars are 9 runs away from winning the Big Bash. The Victorian crowd Very excited at the moment. Have not even used the power surge. Have the Melbourne Stars. Have it if they want it. Joe Clark pulls that ball away and it's well stopped in the deep. It'll just be the 2. Oh, that's in the air. It should go to the boundary. And it does. And he's pretty happy, Joe Clark. He knows they are 2 runs away. And just 2 more runs. We'll see the Stars as Big Bash champions. Goes to the leg side. They'll get at least 1. It's stopped in the deep. They come back for the second. The Melbourne Stars are the Big Bash champions in 2026. Finally, after so long, they've done it. It's a 7-wicket win. It's a glorious win. I am the player of the match. How exciting for me as we finish the Big Bash with a huge win. And we've got the Big Bash trophy there. Yes. How good. We have done it. And the trophy's the correct trophy, which you love to see because generally it hasn't happened. 40 from 19 and a wicket. Get me player of the game honours. The Stars winning by 7 wickets. And have secured the Big Bash after being the most dominant team all tournament. Unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. What does this guy have to say? That was brilliance from all of you. Well done. And a presser after what was an emphatic Big Bash win. Fire away. Gentlemen, Big Bash winners, how does it feel? Oh, it feels amazing that you've asked a great question. I cannot believe it. What do you put your team's success down to? 2 great questions in a row. We have one of the deepest squads out there, and I'm not going to lie, we've changed our batting order a number of times. That's why we're so damn good. And then CD Mustache Man, where to next? Do we make the joke and say after party? Ha 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 ha. I reckon so. How good. The Big Bash is now complete. And we really have no idea what is next in our career. We have the IPL in March, as we've said. But from an Australian point of view, there is nothing scheduled. It's strange. And there's a couple of one-day games as well happening for Victoria. But anyway, I'm going to just go through all of these games until we get to the IPL. And we'll kick that off in our next video. So thank you guys so much for watching the Big Bash. Hopefully we get back to Australian cricket soon, but at least we've got the IPL on the horizon. A really exciting time. For the first time in my entire career mode, I've never been selected in the IPL, not in Cricket 19, I don't think it was in the previous one, but this is the first time, I think, where we can play in the IPL in our career mode. So that'll be coming up in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy once again, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.